Okay, let's be real. Saving $10,000 in 6 months? That sounds kind of impossible, right? Especially if you don't have some crazy high salary. Well, today we're going to walk through a story that completely flips that idea on its head. It turns out it's not about what you earn, it's about what you do with it. Let's get into how it all went down. So you might think a journey like this starts with a brilliant plan or maybe a lucky break. Nope, not even close. It started right here, with this number, just staring back at you from a banking app, $32.47. And look, that wasn't just a number on a screen. That was a feeling in the pit of your stomach. You know the one. Rent's due any day, the credit cards are screaming for mercy, and you're just stuck. That feeling of living paycheck to paycheck. This was rock bottom. But you know what? Sometimes hitting rock bottom is the best thing that can happen. It's that painful moment that just shakes you awake. It's the ultimate wake-up call, where you realize something has to change, for real. And that's when the big light bulb went off. The issue wasn't the paycheck. I mean, sure, more money would be nice, but that wasn't the real problem. The real enemy? Not having a system. Any system at all. So right then and there, a line was drawn in the sand. A decision was made. Not a wish, not a, I hope I can do this, a full-on, no excuses decision. I am going to save $10,000 in 6 months. Period. Okay, but before we get into the nuts and bolts, the spreadsheets, the budgets, none of that works without this next part. It's all about a massive mindset shift. Because here's the secret. You can't change your bank account until you change the story you tell yourself about money. This right here, this is everything. It's the tiny but huge difference between saying, I'm trying to save, and saying, I am a saver. See the shift? One is a struggle, the other is just who you are. And when it becomes your identity, your actions just kind of fall in line.
So once you start thinking of yourself as a saver, something interesting happens. Every time you're about to buy something, this little voice pops into your head. A simple question, but it changes everything. Do I really need this? And that first question leads to an even more powerful one. You start seeing every single dollar as a little employee, and you have to ask, is this dollar working for my goal, or is it basically stealing from my future self? Seriously, just thinking this way can save you thousands.
All right, so the mindset is locked in. You're a saver now. What's next? Action. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual step-by-step plan that made that $10,000 goal happen. Think of this as the roadmap, 6 simple steps. It starts with getting honest about where your money is really going, which can be scary, I know, and it ends with celebrating those wins. We're going to focus on the parts that made the biggest difference. First things first, the budget. And don't worry, we're not talking about complicated spreadsheets. Just a simple 40-30-30 rule. 40% of your take-home pay for your needs, rent, food. 30% for wants, the fun stuff. And then, the most important part, a non-negotiable 30% for savings. And the secret sauce? Automate it. The moment your paycheck lands, that 30% zips over to a totally separate savings account. Let's call it the Freedom Fund, before you can even touch it. Next up, the part everyone dreads, cutting expenses. But this isn't about living like a monk. It's about being smart. You'd be shocked at how much money you can find. That unused subscription? Gone. Eating out 5 times a week? Let's try cooking a little more. These little things, they really add up to hundreds of dollars a month, easy. Okay, so cutting back is like playing defense. But what about offense? Earning more. This is where you can seriously accelerate things. Side hustles, freelance work, selling stuff you don't need anymore, brought in an extra $300 to $600 a month. And the rule was simple. Every single cent of that extra cash went straight into the Freedom Fund. It was like pouring gasoline on the fire.
And this is where you really see it come together. You have to track your progress. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's about motivation. Seeing that first $1,000 in the bank, man, what a feeling. Then it hits $4,000. Before you know it, you're looking at that beautiful $10,000 number. It's the proof, right there in black and white, that this whole thing actually works.
So the 10 grand was in the bank. Goal achieved, right? Well, yes, but here's the thing that nobody tells you. The money, that wasn't even the best part. The real prize was what changed on the inside.
I mean, the benefits were huge, and they had nothing to do with buying stuff. It was about feeling in control for the first time, instead of money controlling you. It was freedom from that constant nagging stress. It meant when your car breaks down, you don't panic, you just handle it. It became the launching pad for investing. And maybe coolest of all, it showed other people that they could do it too.
And if there's one big lesson from all of this, it's this. Saving isn't about becoming rich. Not really. It's about being ready. It's about having that cushion, that buffer, so when life inevitably throws a curveball at you, you're not knocked off your feet. You're just ready.
Okay, so that's the story. We've gone through the how and the why. But now, let's talk about you, because your own journey can start, well, right now. I want you to try a little language trick. It's so simple but so powerful. Stop saying, "I can't afford it." That feels terrible, right? It feels like you're lacking something. Instead, try saying, "It's not my priority right now." Can you feel the difference? One is helplessness, the other is control. It's an empowered choice. Because when you get right down to it, this whole thing, saving money, is really just an act of self-respect. It's you looking out for your future self. It's you saying, "Hey, I deserve to have peace. I deserve to feel secure." You're literally building a future that you'll be proud of.
So where do you start? Does it feel overwhelming? Don't even think about $10,000. Think about this, $5. That's it. Can you save $5 today? Of course you can, because that $5 is the first step, and that step is all that matters. The journey starts with that single small decision.
So please, if you take away one thing from all this, let it be this. You do not need a massive salary to have a high-quality life. What you need is the right mindset and a plan. That's it. It's available to absolutely everyone. And one day when you hit your goal, whatever it is, you're going to look back and you'll realize something pretty amazing. You didn't just save a bunch of money. You built a stronger, more resilient version of you. You didn't just rescue your finances, you saved yourself.